Hey everybody, Manannan here. Welcome back to Medieval 2 Total War Stainless Steel 6.4. The words that rhyme, and there are many of them. We are playing as the Crusader States, and last episode we took Cairo. We're now going to have to abandon Cairo because large armies to take it back, but I've destroyed everything in it and taken what I can, so it's pretty much fine. What I'm going to do, I don't know whether to attack Alexandria or not. I think if I wait, these armies aren't going to do much damage. I mean, are they building stuff? They're not building stuff. They need to be building stuff. Because something I've learnt in my time as playing this is that catapults, relying on artillery, is a bad idea. Because they will disappoint you. So I'm going to make sure we've got some ladders as well. Now, I'm going to hire some Knights of Jerusalem at Sortosa. They don't scale. They're not from the same pool, are they? So if I was to get rid of these guys, I'm not going to be able to do them at Gaza. No, I'm not. Okay, cool. Didn't know whether they were the same pool. It would be a bit weird, but wouldn't be the most surprising thing ever. Now, we could build a huge cathedral in Jerusalem for 10,000 florins. Little bit pricey. We'll probably avoid that until I'm much stronger. Or at least I've got loads of money, so I can afford it. The island of Cyprus is fairly Catholic at the moment. What diplomacy do I have with the Turks? Trade rights. Let's do map information for map information. Demanding. Okay, what do you want for that? They want... That's a lot of money. I'm going to say no to that. I don't want to know that badly. Although, it would be useful to know before I go to war with them, because then I'll know where their settlements are. At the moment, I only have vague understandings of where things might be, depending on their geographical and historical location, so I have no real useful information. So we're going to actually end the turn here, I think. Does anyone anywhere need to build anything of use? We'll click through the arrows. Al-Aqaba is being sieged down by a large force. Not much I can really do against that. Oh wait, no, I've got this army. They will not be able to get there in time, but at least they're trying. So what have we got there? We've got 2 pieces of artillery, knights, Templar knights. It's an alright army. It's not the best, but it's still something. Something that's otherwise lacking. After this, I think we've got militia. Constable of Jerusalem. A destined god. They sound really cool. That's something I do quite like about the stainless steel mod. It's loads of new units that I've never seen before. So it's quite interesting to see what they end up doing. Can I call a crusade yet? Nope, it's too soon. I need another crusade. So we're going to end the turn. Egypt is probably going to take 2 places back. 1,400 men. Basically just 1,500 versus 35. Captain Gilbert, you are a brave man. Unfortunately, you are dead, so we're just going to automatically resolve. Clear defeat. I lost 17 men, apparently. He didn't lose any! None! I suppose he probably just charged it. I'll pay that. Don't know where they went, but it wasn't really a... Where the hell did my money go? I had like 10,000 florins. Why am I so poor? I have no idea. Fair enough. Okay, well, I'm guessing I had something queued. I'd imagine I have something queued. That's probably why. But it's a good thing I didn't spend more, because I would have gone into debt then. And all that really does is mean you can't build anything. I think it can lead to desertions. I'm pretty sure it would make sense. If you can't pay your troops, then they're not going to stick around, are they? Because, of course, most of the people at this time were levies, and they weren't really professional armies. But whatever, this is Total War, it doesn't matter. So, let's have a look. Settlement occupied in Al-Aqaba. Rioting in Cairo. They are not sieging it down. Can I reduce the tax burden? Not enough to make them stop attacking. Okay. Fair enough. So what we're going to do is just leave. We're just going to let them do that. We're going to stick it up to high, get as much money out of it at the end of the turn as I can. The Golden Horde is growing. I built a church in Cairo, so they like me. The Pope loves me now. He loved me anyway. Still can't request a crusade. Jerusalem got paved roads. Militia barracks, how much do they cost? Aha! That's where my money went. 9,600 florins. That's where they went. So, we've got paved road. Tortosa got a drill square. It's now building a church. Gaza built ballista towers, which is good because that's pretty much my premier fort. It's a fortress compared to castles and... Acre's a fortress as well. But basically, this ring of 3 is what protects Jerusalem. Any force that goes to besiege Jerusalem has to get past these, or else leave a quite formidable fortress behind them, which is not good for them, generally speaking. Military tactics don't tend to condone doing something like that. So Jerusalem now has a Manannan and a Great Cross. Tortosa has Knights of Jerusalem. They can go up and join this army. Cool, so this army's pretty good at the moment. And Aleppo is probably going to surrender now. We've got a random Seljuk general. I don't know why. Hello? What's going on here? Why are there tiny, tiny Seljuk armies? Are they going to attack me? They might be attacking me. Cool. Fair enough. Well, in which case... once I've taken Aleppo, I'll be able to wheel that army around and go and do some damage. But, this small army is going to go and join... I can't join it because there's armies in the way. But if I was to attack one of these armies, the garrison army wouldn't be able to assist. So they back away. We've joined this. It's under siege. Let's have a look. If I was to attack now, I have 2 battering rams. That's pretty good. But he will have 3 reinforcing armies, all pretty crap, except I'm going to use Knight attack, so they can't actually join in. So we're going to auto-resolve, clear victory, lovely stuff, execute. Now what do? We're going to exterminate, because it will basically keep them under control, hopefully. That's the plan. And it's somewhere I actually plan to keep. It does mean I have to spend a lot more money in repairing it all and building it up again, but whatever. It's not the end of the world. It's a... the Fatamid Caliph is dead. Lovely stuff. So there doesn't seem to be any... Where's the Fatamid general? There doesn't seem to be any family members at all. Well, Kerak, didn't Kerak build something? No. Gaza retrained them. They can come here. And they joined there. Spearmen versus Syrian auxiliaries, 2 to 7, 2 to 9. Definitely going to leave the auxiliaries there. And send the spearmen here. So this is a pretty decent force. This is going to start sieging. I'll decide in a second whether I want to actually attack them. I might just siege them down, to be honest, because I can do that. That's a large force. I can't imagine they've got much left in the way of people they can send my way, down here, at least. Maybe they do, but I don't know for sure, so I'm going to siege them down. Aleppo's on its last legs. Alexandria's been destroyed. What are we going to do? We are going to... I don't really want to attack Damietta quite yet. But what I will do is leave a couple of units behind and sally forth to attack this guy. And then do the exact same thing. And attack this guy. And then we're going to actually play the battle because I want to wipe out his forces. And if I auto-resolve, he's probably going to get away. And here we are, fighting in the night. Under the desert skies. That's actually quite nice, to be honest. Look at all the... It's weird the way that the detail only appears when you're close enough. I'm pretty sure I've got the detail rendering onto full. But whatever. We are going... We got so many generals in this army. Like, that cannot be a particularly conducive command structure. I mean, the king is there, and the king is going to override anything, so I suppose that's alright. But, they were just ordinary generals. There'd probably be some sort of conflict of ideas. We're going to have them on fire at will. And have them slightly further up the slope. It's a very gradual incline. They can use fire. They're already using fire. The Great Cross can stand over there. We're going to have archers use fire. The thing I like about night fights is that everyone starts with firing missiles. Flaming missiles, rather. So these guys can all be combined. Stretched out into the distance. The archers can be slightly ahead. And the crossbowmen can be there. Mainly because crossbowmen tend to benefit more from having enough people shooting straight at them. That's what I've found anyway. But that tends to be the way with pretty much any ranged units in this game, because it's slightly more, it seems more accurate, which I suppose it probably is. So, are they coming to us, or do they expect me to come to them? Well, this is fine. What I'm going to do then is group them all as one. And just go, we're gonna stay in the exact same position, just move up slightly. And everyone who can run will run. Just to make sure we get there in time. What is that? What are they sending? They're sending catapults. Well, I'm gonna send General number 3 to go fight them. Because the catapults could actually do some damage. The ballista's not really gonna do too much, I don't think. Even though they have 4 shots. I probably could have sent the Knights of Jerusalem, to be honest. But I'm going to send them over to the side. Just because I expect them to be able to get a flank on. Sometimes you do wish, obviously artillery, they can't move fast, but you do wish they could. I'm going to send the Knights to fight the ballista. And my general, one of the generals, is going to go and attack the catapults because they pushed them too far forward. But the Desert Cavalry are coming to intercept. Will they do so? Okay, they are. They're going to throw stuff at my general's bodyguard. He's still going to charge the catapults. One of my knights has been hit by some flaming arrows. And that's done a number on them. So we're going to now back out, stop getting swamped. They can too. They can actually fire now, so I'm going to have my artillery start firing. Where are the mangonels? There they are. They're not quite in range, so they can keep moving. Keep going. Who's that? Is that my general? That's not my general. That's a relief. The catapults can fire at the spear militia. Because I don't want anyone wiping out my generals. I've got so many, but I don't want to lose them. Once these guys are in range, I'm gonna have them fire at the catapults now. Because if they miss, they might hit the people behind them, which is all fine. Keep running. Too bloody right we're winning the battle. I love night fights just because of all the fire arrows. It all looks amazing. If it's a huge battle with lots of shots and lots of flaming arrows and catapults and all sorts going on, it is fantastic to watch. And they're going to miss. Oh, Nelly, they almost did something. They've got a couple more shots left. They hit the Great Cross. No, they didn't actually. They almost did. But luckily they didn't. Oh, that did a lot of damage to my Templar crossbow. Please don't shoot them. That is not good. They can fire at the catapults. And so can they. What the f... What are you doing? Oh no, they're routing. They're skirmishing. God, I forget to turn that off sometimes. Most of the time it's useful. Don't get me wrong, it is useful. But sometimes you just want them to stand and fight and not change position. They can charge the Nubian spearmen. The general's bodyguard can rout them. They're chasing them because they can. One, my general's going to go for the ballista. I'm going to stop my artillery in a second, just because it's getting dangerously close. So we're going to stop them. Going to stop fire at will, and tell them to move, and then stop. So that overrides there. Well, it should override the thing. They're still firing. According to the thing, they're still firing. If they could not, they're still firing. I've told them to stop. Right, they're fired. Right, they're they've just wiped out the catapults quite simply. They're chasing someone down. Good for them. So they're going to attack that. The thing is, with using General Bodyguard to chase people down, it gets them a lot of experience, but once the general dies, that unit's gone. Whereas if you use, say, Knights of Jerusalem, I'm going to be able to retrain them and keep them going. So in theory, until a unit is completely destroyed, it will just keep benefiting and getting more and more experience. Obviously, when you retrain, you get new people in. They don't have that experience, so it does work like that in a way. They can charge them, and they can get them. And then we're going to speed it up, which should be a fairly easy battle. There we go. So let's see how many were left. They got 11 guys out, and I lost 55. That's definitely worthwhile. That now gives the northern coast of Egypt wholly up to me, which is lovely. Execute them, wipe them out. There is a general. Is he... We're going to send the ship slightly further along. Fatamid general. I could just try and take out all the generals, wipe out the Fatamids that way. Alexandria's pissed. Right, okay, now I've reduced the tax burden. Now they're not as pissed. So, if I was to attack this guy, I'm just going to auto-resolve that, because I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, just ballistas and desert cavalry. Let's see how many I lose. 8. That's not too bad. And the Fatamid general... attack. Javelinmen and spearmen with a general's bodyguard. We're going to auto-resolve that as well. Run the fuck away. Lovely stuff. So we are now going to... We can't build a thing. We can hire merc galleys, but we're not going to do that. Stick him there. We're going to actually send one of my generals on a watchtower spree, which is usually worthwhile doing. Even though I've got the setting on that allows me to have it's like starting watchtowers, which is useful, but it's not always the best, not always in the best positions. So we have a decent amount of money. We'll gain more money next turn. Cairo is revolting, but this army should be able to wheel around and take that, and then probably go for Damietta. It's just a castle. I don't really think there's going to be much. I'm going to send a bishop over there to keep an eye on it, and also possibly make them rebel, but it's unlikely. Castles tend to be very secure in terms of public order. And yeah, so that one be sieging that down. Kerak, I need to recruit more people, I think, but there's no one of any real use. I mean, the Manannan are... they're not ideal. They're pretty terrible, to be honest. So they're a garrison force, really. So they can just sort of sit there. Ooh, 10 plus squires. This from the new thing I built, the drill square. It is indeed. So we are going to recruit pretty much everyone who's there. How long do we get them back? 18! How good are they? Pretty tanky. They are pretty tanky. So we'll keep doing that then. And they're building a drill square. Gaza can get... They're getting practice range already. Should probably get them doing drill square as well, to be honest. But either way, we're going to end the episode there. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.